Hey, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with a new deck. This is Colorless Post. So thanks to Duckcloud for the recommendation. This is a pretty sweet list. This is a deck that runs a bunch of Cloud Post and Glimmer Post to try to ramp as fast as possible, hopefully into either big threats like Thornot and Khan, or top end like Ulamog and Emrakul. And then also runs a bunch of mana rocks in Grim Monolith and Basset Monolith. Basset Monolith interesting because it's 3 to untap and it creates 3 mana. And then we also have a card, Forsaken Monument, which makes whenever you tap a permanent for colorless mana, you add an extra one, which allows you to get infinite mana off the Basset Monolith because it taps for 4, untaps for 3, net 1, tap for 4, untap for 3, which is pretty sweet. So this is obviously a deck that is pretty open to cards like Wasteland and Back to Basics. Blood Moon is also a okay strategy against this. We do have main deck Spyglass, which is nice. Great against the Wasteland decks, but also good against any decks playing things like Planeswalkers, Equipment, maybe even Aetherval to slow that down. But yeah, it's also got a pretty good combo strategy in the main deck. We have Chalice as a playset, Trinisphere as a one-off. Warping Whale is pretty interesting, especially as a countering target sorcery. And then also Thornot, which is just a really good creature. The mana base is pretty nice. The one cool thing is that it has a bunch of utility lands to find. Hey, Apple Pies, welcome. Karakas, obviously a legacy staple. Urborg, really nice because it does allow us to tap things like the Eye of Ugin and Ancient Tomb when we're down on life for mana still. Eye of Ugin just to find all our big threats. Also finds Walking Blister, which is nice, so it kind of finds removal. Blastzone's sweet at applying pressure on some of the really aggressive decks. And also isn't out for Collector Oof, which is kind of cool. We're playing a Waste because it does allow us to cast things through Blood Moon, and also just against decks that play Path to Exile, it's also fantastic. Inventor's Fair is a really interesting one, but I definitely like it. Obviously searching your library for an artifact card can be really nice, especially in a deck like this that can produce so much mana. So I think Inventor's Fair is pretty sweet. Cataracts is really nice as it produces the 5 colors of magic for Golos' activated ability. And then 2-stage. 2-stage for mainly copying Cloud Posts, but there's also some little upsides as well in copying other lands, like maybe a Dark Depths, hopefully. If our opponent doesn't think we're on a Thespian stage build. Hey, Kath. Yeah, 26 lands is what we wanted to go for. We added in another Thespian stage over the second Ulamog, just to have 26. But that'll be really interesting as well to see how this mana progresses throughout the match. The interesting thing about the Khan decks is that the sideboard is obviously quite artifact heavy, so Duckcloud and I were discussing this deck and just how we wanted to sideboard, and it's pretty much just going to be the ley lines if we ever want to bring in leyline against decks like Reanimator, or lands, or maybe some Echo of Eon combo decks. But otherwise, sideboarding should hopefully be pretty straightforward, which is nice. That's pretty much it. Let's get straight into it. There is a Discord for Post decks, so I will link that as well in the YouTube video. That's all I got to say. This deck also runs Mystic Forge, which is pretty nice. We don't have ways to untap it through different key effects, but just as a 4-drop, it's really strong in this deck, so pretty keen to see how this goes. I have played Cloud Post in paper a fair few times. I've never played it on MTGO, so this should be pretty fun. Hopefully fun. That's what we're all about. Here we go. Yeah, Kath, I can definitely understand that. The issue of having too much mana and not enough oomph. I actually know my opponent as well, which is hilarious. My opponent is from Melbourne, another state of Australia, which is very cool. A very good player who tends to play bug style decks. I think here we just want to go turn 1 Chalice, and then turn 2 play the Grim around Daze with Glimmer Post, and then have access to 6 mana down the line. I don't think I want to go Ancient Tomb into Grim into Chalice. I'd rather keep the Grim for turn 2, and then hopefully just keep it open. But we have some nice cards here. Good payoff. I think I am pretty happy just with turn 1 Delver. Spyglass is interesting as well as a turn 1. It does mean that if we are against a blue deck, we can also just play the Chalice turn 2 around Daze, but if they're on a Wasteland deck, I probably want to see if they're on Wasteland just to play it safe, because outside of the Grim, we don't have too much mana. Chalice on 0 is also interesting. My only thought for Chalice on 1 is that I know Yihwei is most likely on a Brainstorm Ponder deck. But I kind of feel the Wasteland, so I am actually going to go with Spyglass. Interesting. Force Negation and Force of Will. So it definitely looks like a control-ish deck. Playing Uro, I expect Wasteland still. I think I'd rather just in case name Wasteland instead of wasting a fetch that they aren't playing. Wasteland just blows me out a bit, so I'm happy just to name Wasteland, even if it isn't the greatest name. Looking at their hand, I think next turn I might even bait with the Chalice with the Grim first. Thought not. That's interesting as well. I actually don't mind trying to bait with the Chalice. I don't think I'm going to get in a position where I can actually just bait with other spells and then play this, so I'm pretty happy to play Glimmer Post first and then just play the Chalice. Hey Cal, welcome. Brainstorm's fine. Hope you're well. Nice morning there, very cool to hear. And now we just pass. Interesting that the Chalice resolve. I assume they play Abrupt Decay in the main deck. Could also have something like a Brazen Borrower, but I'm going to assume it's either Abrupt Decay or Trophy. Thankfully, Trophy we also have the basic for, which is nice. Strix is fine. A land is pretty nice. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Interesting. I will play the Grim. That's going to resolve, which is nice. I actually like just passing here. There's not much I can do anyway. I could use the Grim, but I kind of just want to get to Ulamog. And I'm pretty close to it, which is nice. We actually still know our opponent's hand because they didn't fetch. They haven't shuffled yet. 4 live draws for the turn for Ulamog. Nice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So just need 2 more mana. Narset is going to be okay. What do they find? Decay. Okay. All is dust. Not yet. Not yet. I think I'm happy just to play the Thought-Knots here. And make them force. I could also Warping Whale. And the next turn I just have to draw 1 mana source. Because there's not too much pressure here, I think I'm okay with just allowing this to happen. Ulamog getting forced isn't the worst, because then that's a 4 for 1. Because I'll definitely take out 2 lands. But it at least, yeah, it makes me do something, which is nice. And if for some reason the Thought-Knot resolves, it's fantastic. I think if I had more pressure, I would definitely be inclined to Thought-Knot, but thankfully that it's only the Strix here, I'm not too unhappy. They're gonna force it pitching Drown. Okay. Thoughtseize is pretty good. We do have the Chalice, and they don't have a second black, so they can't Decay and Thoughtseize here. Unless they have another fetch. I think the Thoughtseize is Warping Whale worthy off the Grim, just because Ulamog's so big. But it does come at a cost. It comes at a cost of tapping the Grim Monolith, which is pretty big. Probably just Zero here, but we'll see if they have a land or not. Decay this. 2, 4, 5, 6. I might as well float the mana. I actually just might make a token here to kill the Narset. It also gives me mana down the line as well, which is nice. Just in case my opponent is also playing Days Undoing, I do want to get rid of the Narset. Bassett. Okay. Let's attack Narset. Play Monolith. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're back online for Soul Land if this resolves. I could see a force on that. It's pretty good. Uro. Cool. That's going to be fine. Could still draw a Khan here. Khan would be really relevant. Spyglass. Well, we'll definitely look at the hand. Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, Force. It's probably just Narset again. I would assume there's two. It could also be Jace. Opponent needs a second green source as well to cast the Uro. But at least a lot of these are turned off. The Decay on the Grim was a really heads-up play, but obviously with the Chalice in play, it's doing a lot of work. No land. Okay. Warping Whale. Okay. That's pretty good. It takes their Strix off the field. I'm also just going to do that in their upkeep. I also have the ability of just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, getting so much closer to Ulamog. See what happens here. Nothing. Token for Ula's Dust. It's still just a 1-for-1 trade. Hey, Ravenous Panda. Hope you're well. But this is still okay. 2, 4, 6, 7. Getting closer. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oof. If they go for Uro, yeah, definitely. That's a nice play. Seven cards for my opponent. Misty, okay. Well, that's the extra land for Uro. Alright. Gloom Post would be really nice, yeah. Some way to gain a little bit of life just to keep above just dying. But any land here would be perfect. 2, 4. Thought not. So currently it's 7. They have 7 cards in hand. We know about Force. If I play Thought Not, I assume they take something. If we use the tombs, if we use our mana for all this dust, it means we have 2 blockers for the Oko, or for the Uro, sorry. possibly take Force. Yeah, that's the question. If they force the Thought-Knot Seer, I don't mind starting with Thought-Knot. Okay. So now I get one block, hopefully. Exile to Ponder. Land is fine. Yuhei, maybe. Oh, they can't brainstorm in response because of Chalice. Maybe thinking of fetching before they draw. Yeah, it's really good. Now they can Thoughtseize us. They have double Thoughtseize. Yeah. We'll see. I don't believe we have an out, but we'll see. I don't think we actually want to do anything here. I don't think we want the ley lines. It's really just row for the bin, so I'm happy just to send this back. Go out on the own... Yeah, exactly. Go out on our own terms. The Chalice was pretty good. I felt like the Chalice did a lot of work, which is nice. But the Sorcerous Spyglasses are most likely just for Planeswalkers here. We saw Nissa. I'm not sure what else I should think about other than fetch lands. I'm going to assume Verdant is probably the land they have the most of, if it's not Verdant or Misty. But seeing they're playing basic Swamp, and they're most likely playing basic Forest, I guess, yeah, it's either Verdant or Misty. Probably Misty, if I was going to name in the blind. Yeah, getting to the Ulamog would have been sweet. But that happens. Ooh. I'm not too sure what I should expect from my opponent. Outside of maybe Assassin's Trophy in the board. Maybe some sort of Force of Vigor. Bring in Mystic Forge and Trinisphere, cut 2 Spyglasses. I don't mind playing around with that. Mystic Forge, Trinisphere. We'd love to play first. pretty rough. It's a turn 2 Chalice. That's really it. Turn 2 Chalice into maybe turn 3 Thought Knot. I really want to keep a hand that has a lot more to it. This is a 1-lander. Okay, I'll keep this. Let's bottom the Ulamog and the Golos. So we can start with Cloud Post, and then next turn we can do some stuff. Yeah, this is fine, because even if we draw... I guess I could lead on the Tomb to then draw into another Soul Land to play the Karna Mystic Forge, but I don't mind just going Cloud Post pass. Because if I don't draw a land next, then I can't even cast the Basset Monolith, which is pretty huge. Yeah, I think cheaper, and then sometimes just having the effect to play around with your opponent's turn can be pretty strong. That's a Tomb, okay. I think next turn I'm more happy to bait with the Mystic Forge. You think Force... Oh, Forge is more? Okay. It's always interesting, because Forge... With the Khan, I know what I'm going to be able to grab because of the sideboard. But with Mystic Forge, it's a little bit more unknown. But we do also have a lot of mana, so can cast a lot of things. Trop's okay. Brainstorm. We also only have the 2 Forges. We have the 4 Khans, so I could see Khan coming out first to be hit by Brainstorm, or hit by Force of Will, just because there are more copies to draw into. Force and Assassin's Trophy are probably the 2 cards that I'm most scared of right now. Hey, Elo Baron, welcome. Oh, they do have Wasteland. Interesting. I don't mind extra Cloud Post here. The Ancient Tomb doesn't really do anything. It does mean if the Khan resolves, we can go get Liquid Metal and play that straight away, because Liquid Metal is 2 to cast, correct? Yeah. Okay, let's try that. I'm going to play this first. I probably shouldn't worry about days, to be fair. Yeah. Because now the better player is just playing the Cloud Post tap, so it's untapped next turn. Is there any reason to hold up the Cloud Post at 1 mana? I don't think there is. I might as well play the Cloud Post tapped. And then 2 for Mystic Forge. Vesuva. There's nothing I can play this turn anyway, so I might as well just keep the Vesuva there. I don't really need mana, but at least I can see if my opponent wastelands me next turn, and then make a decision. Yeah. No Assassin's Trophy's nice. Hey Moza, welcome. It is a little bit different. It is definitely a little bit different. Plague Engineer. That's fine. Interesting. 2, 4, 6. I think I'm happy to get rid of the Vesuva here, just because we have Ancient Tombs. We have 8 mana. We can untap that as well if we really want to, so... I think getting rid of the Vesuva is fine. I really want to try to draw into another threat. Chalice. Okay, not the worst. Chalice for 1's still relevant. Get rid of Glimmer Post. Forsaken Monument. Now we're talking. Which means we have... If this resolves, we have all the mana in the world thanks to Basset Monolith. Okay. Nice. Now we get to untap Basset Monolith. Tap for 3. Untap. I don't think there is a hotkey to do the clicks. Alright, let's cast this first. Yeah. Still fine. Gain 2 life. Look at the hand. Oh, Jace is perfect. And then we know about Fatal Push, Fatal Push. So let's cast this for 1. Oh, Grim. Okay. Tap for 3. Untap. What's happening? Why can't I? There we go. A little bit of lag on MTGO, which doesn't help. That's pretty much all we can do. We can play the Chalice out again for 2. See where the hotkeys are. Hold to auto mana. Okay. Maybe that's it. We also know about their hand. Okay. Well, that's nice. That's really nice of you, Weehee. I'm just gonna do the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in a second. Seeing the Wasteland, though, makes me want to play Sorcerer's Spyglass. Hey, Granham. Welcome. I think because we saw Wasteland, I want to bring in the second Spyglass. We are playing Colorless Khan, or Khan Post. Could just be a Warping Whale. I could switch for a land as well. Whale doesn't do it. I guess Whale does counter Thoughtseize, but I don't think we'll be in the position to do that. Yeah, I think we might see how that goes. Alright. Time definitely not upon us. Oh, okay. Triple Cloud Post, definitely keeping this. So I can hold to auto mana with W. So I wonder if that's just when I actually click on it. So if I hold down W, click on it to untap Basset Monolith, and that'll do it. With Trinisphere as well, which is nice. So like Cloud Post into Cloud Post, Grim, Trinisphere. Hand is pretty strong. They mull to 6. Hey Seaboat Kite, welcome. I hope you're well. This should be interesting if my opponent has a turn here. They don't. Okay. Start with Grim. And pretty happy just to go for Trinisphere here. Just so much better for us if it resolves. Can't be Abrupticate either right now, which is nice. Wow, okay. Force of Vigor would be pretty insane here if they have a land as well. But next turn's going to be interesting. If they don't play a land here, we could do something like play Cloud Post, play Khan. We can't get Golos into Eyes, pretty interesting. Leo's fine. What does Leo mean? So I could play a 4-drop here and then use the other 2 mana to copy with Thespian Stage. Or I could play Golos and Cloud Post. Golos I? Yeah, okay. They can't even force, of course. Ah, maybe I shouldn't have actually played the Cloud Post there. Maybe I should have played... Oh, it comes into play? Broken. Broken. Hey Exer, this is a mono-colored Cloud Post deck that plays cards like Khan the Great Creator, Thought-Knot-Seer, Ulamog. Hey Sibo, thanks for the follow. A huge thank you. What version of Post do you play? Uro's fine. Hey Kath, a huge thank you for the prime, the sub. A huge thank you. Wow, yeah, nuts. Nice start, nice start. Very cool. Very cool. Who knew? Who knew? That is not Maverick, yeah. Unfortunately, this isn't Maverick, but it is a very, very fun deck. Really enjoying this. You play all versions of Post? Very cool. Yeah, Post is nice. I actually nearly am finished playing Post, or building Mono Green Cloud Post in paper. I do need to get a Kozilek Butcher of Truth, I believe. I want to build Interplays version, so that's a tough one. Yeah, Teddy Bear, that's very true. I think Assassin's Trophy or Force of Vigor are 2 cards my opponent really needed if they're playing it. Need that Tabby? Yeah, I'm just going to go with another Walking Ballista in the board. You have a Kozilek I'm welcome to borrow? Very cool. Nice. But don't have Tabernacle? Yeah. Reap and Tabernacle, what's he? To be fair, they did. Magus of the Tabernacle. Even better. It's a creature. Come on, opponent. 2 seconds. Rough. That's fine. You play Green Post with 4 mana Khan. Which 4 mana Khan? The Grey Creator or the other one that creates a creature as big as the amount of artifacts you control? Yeah, Magus sadly is not a replacement for Tabernacle. On the draw against Blessed Von. Okay. This is a pretty sweet hand. I'm gonna keep it. Tomb on Tomb, copy Tomb, do some stuff. A little bit slow, but I think it's okay. Ugh. Oh, please be Chalice for 1. Okay, that's fine. Oh, he gets a copy with Vesuva here? That actually makes Thought-Knot a turn faster, right? Yeah, nice. I could also Sorcerous Spyglass them to see if they have Wasteland, if they're playing like Eldrazi aggro, but I think this is fine. Spyglass on Chalice. Thought Knot here is pretty good if they have it. Yeah, because they can take our Thought Knot, and then Khan's not a great option next turn. I guess we can tick up Khan. But even then... Tick up on Chalice. It's pretty good. I guess I'm not too scared of Chalice because we don't actually have any 1-drops in the deck. Another Khan. Sideboard we have some things. Depths would be kind of cool on the board. I think it's just Khan into Golos. And I guess I might as well tick up on the Chalice. For some reason, it could give my opponent the thought that I'm playing a version with, like, Voltaic keys. And so they might keep the Chalices in for games 2. Oh, they're playing Glimmer Post as well? Is this like the mirror? Or is this just like Eldrazi Post? Their own Khan, okay. They're gonna tick down. This is such a fun mirror match. Mystic Forge. Okay. Interesting. I think here it's just Golos. Oh, Monument Tick Up is interesting. They got Mystic Forge with Khan. I think it's Golos just to keep ramping. Monument into creature? Okay. Yeah, it also is ramp, which is nice. Okay. That's fine. Glad Post, cool. lands do we have? Nothing great. Yeah, it might just be Golos into Spy. What do I want to grab? I might actually get Cascading Cataracts. That's kind of cool. Oh, we can't use Golos, that's correct. So I should just get probably another Soul Land. Actually, yeah, looking at the board, Blast Zone, if I can get it up to 4 counters, that's pretty strong. Mr. Lee, welcome. I hope you're well. Use Khan first. Oh, Ugin? It's pretty good. So Grim does nothing. Ugin's pretty good. I think it just has to be Ugin. It's a tough spot. It's this one, correct? Ugin the Inevitable. Now what's the purpose of Khan? Is it just ticking up on Forsaken Monument? I don't mind attacking Khan here and see what they do. I'm pretty happy to trade Monument for Forge if that's what they want to do, if they want to double block. But again, I should have just done the Spyglass post-combat, because then I have the most information. Yeah. Yeah, if they let us, we lose. That's true. Looks like they're going for something else, maybe. No. Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy to concede that. I don't want to go into the whole shuffling with Ulamog. It's probably just run it back. There's nothing that I want to change. Actually, yeah, Dust is pretty bad, but... this is probably okay. It's a turn 2 Thought Knot. Chalice is also pretty dead. I might as well just play it for 0. Just in case my opponent is, for some reason, playing some sort of LED or Mox Diamond effect. Lotus Petal effect. Cloud Post is fine. Okay. I think here it's just the Mystic Forge. We don't really care about the Trinisphere. We don't care about the Emrakul. We don't care about the Khan. Cloud Post. Soul Land here would be super sweet. Spyglass. Okay. That's pretty interesting. Let's attack first. It might just be hold up Warping Whale to get a X1. I don't mind that. It also gives us access to 4 mana next turn if needed. Spyglass is okay. Hey Echo, welcome. Hope you're well. That's more than fine. They don't play the Trinisphere. Interesting. Post is pretty sweet. Definitely a lot to consider. But it's been pretty fun. Inventor's Fair. I think we still play the Khan out. I could also look at their hand, because if they have something like a Ugin, or a yeah, an Ugin, I do want to name it. Just Khans. Chalice, Emrakul, Khan, Trinisphere. I think it's Ugin anyway, especially because it's a card that isn't in this deck, so it at least is one thing that doesn't get hit by me as well. So we know about these 3, I believe. Grim's pretty cool. Which Art of Spyglass? I do like this one. I actually meant to get this one, but I didn't. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Interesting. Okay, at least we can sideboard correctly for this. So all as dust does nothing. So we can definitely take that out. And yeah, Chalice can also come out. So are we just bringing in the Leyline combo? Is that a thing? Trinisphere is pretty poor as well. Bring in cards on the play. Forge could go main, that's correct. Forsaken Monument isn't the worst either. Helm combo looks pretty interesting. I mean, that's 60. I think that's pretty good. Hey PvP, welcome. It's going pretty well, thank you. I hope you're well. Easier to get the Helm. Yeah, it's definitely interesting, especially if Saigas is there. So maybe Helm goes out and we just bring back in one Chalice. Just as Kat said, we can put it on 4 or 6 realistically. We don't have a 4th. Oh, maybe the extra Spyglass. That's an interesting one. Ratchet Bomb's also pretty cool. Yeah, I don't mind Ratchet over Chalice. Okay. We'll see how this slides. Well, it's a double Leyline hand that then also has Inventor's Fair to go and find Helm, but we have Helm on the board, right? That's okay. We can go and find I still like this hand. I think it's okay. It has all the mana in the world, which is nice. Posts are definitely worse on the draw, yeah. But I'm gonna see how this goes. Okay. Opponent has 6 cards. At least if they Thought Knot us, they can only take a Monolith, but a Thought Knot is a 5-turn clock. I guess it's a 6-turn clock because of the Glimmer Post. But still, oof, just straight for Khan. Yikes. Just gonna try to lattice us. We can draw Spyglass? No. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Yeah. Cool. Game 3. Nice. Thought Knot would have been pretty cool. Hey Lepets, welcome. Rough. Yeah, the mirrors, or the Eldrazi Post / Post mirrors are very interesting. Especially when it comes to boarding. To be fair, it probably was a pretty good mulligan. We had all the mana in the world, which is nice, but no actual... nothing to actually achieve. Cool deck, but definitely a lot of different lines with Eye and Inventor's Fair and Golos. What decks do I mostly play? Mainly Maverick. Different variants of Maverick. A little bit of depth in D&T. Hey, Epic. I haven't added it yet. I haven't. I apologize. I need to. And I will. I will. Yeah. I think it's just too slow. Cloud Post, Glimmer Post? Okay. I'm gonna keep this in bottom 1, Khan. Not too sure what we're up against, so I don't mind just playing Cloud Post, pass, and then Trinisphere next turn seems pretty sweet. Yeah, this hand is pretty sweet. Wasteland is probably the big one that I don't want to see. Ah, that's fair. We learn. We learn from these. Okay, well, we'll run it back. You never say it out loud, like, do they have a second Wasteland? No. Okay. Wasteland Misty Trop. Okay, this could be like a Bug Delver deck. Ponder. If I don't draw a land here, yeah, I think I'm happy just to play the Spyglass around Days, and then hopefully next turn play the Trinisphere around Days. Just really want to name Wasteland, but they're going to force that. Okay, and they had the Days. What did they do at the Ponder? Chose to not shuffle, okay. That most likely means they found a Wasteland. Yeah. Nice. Library's fine. Okay, that's definitely a start. I probably don't mind Chalice for 1 over Trinisphere, but Trinisphere is pretty interesting. Trinisphere also puts some pressure on my opponent not using the Wasteland. I think it's just Trinisphere because it makes the most of my mana. And then next turn, if I draw a land and they Wasteland me, I can just use the play the Chalice anyway. I guess I can't because the Trinisphere. Okay. They get a 10. How does Trinisphere work with Hooting Manuals? That's probably the card I don't want to see. There's stage. Okay. That's a start. Delver's paying costs so they can cast it with 1 land? Okay. No, all good, Kath. Keep saying can't instead of can't. I like that. All right, here we go. Here we go. We can cast. Oh, they go to clean up. Interesting. Chalice. Opponent's also at 6. It's just 2 Golos hits. Bone Crusher. Okay. That's cool. Rough. I don't think Rug is a deck that I want to bring in ley lines against, but it's definitely interesting. Opponent can also just Uro here. Yeah. Even one hit here is really rough. So we take 10, go to 6. We can untap. Not do a whole lot. There's no way of getting like Khan into bridge because then I still have 5 cards in hand. If anything, I just want the extra Spyglass. I'm not too sure how good Warping Whale is here. Doesn't really exile anything other than an unflipped Delver. Tormund's Crypt is interesting, but it's probably better as a target. Chalice is on 0, but it would still take a full turn to cast it, because I'd have to spend 3 mana to cast it for 0. Which I assume that would kill me before then, unfortunately. Might just be 1. Draw a land, Golos. Whale, Emrakul, Khan. Spyglass, Trinisphere, Forge. Forge. Spyglass. Trinisphere. Cool. No. Okay, I'll keep this. I think it's the Thespian stage that I drop. Urborg's also interesting to drop. It might actually be Urborg. And then we can go turn 1 Spyglass. They have a Braid. But we will still name Wasteland. So they probably go Foothills into Volk into Delver. Waste. Okay. Nice. Foothills would have been, yeah, okay. The Wasteland is huge because we didn't have a second Soul Land. If I had a second Soul Land, it would have been interesting. But now they have to spend their turn abrading the Sorcerer's Spyglass to turn on the Wasteland, which is nice. Which means we could also do something like Khan for 4 mana, go and get another Spyglass. They drew a Taiga. Okay. A Braid on the Basset Monolith. Okay. Another Spyglass. I don't want to make this a creature because of Bolt, so it will just be nothing. I guess Brainstorm here, flip the Delver is interesting. So maybe there was a line where I should have played the Blast Zone to get rid of the Delver and then followed up with Khan. Uro Wasteland. Another Delve is interesting. We do get to Blast Zone it, which is nice. Glimmer Post. I think I'm happy just Blast Zoning now. Just to play around Stifle. Can you Spyglass the escape of Uro? I assume not. I assume that's just a casting cost. It's not an activated ability. Yeah. Yeah, Teeg is very interesting. Another Delver. Okay. Play this. Never force. Rough. No flip and just a land would be huge for my opponent as well, because then they just get to cast the Uro. Or a Goyf. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're just dead on board because we can't really use the Tomb here. Has to be something special. Spyglass isn't it? Yeah. I think I should have been more patient with the Khan and probably played the Blast Zone first. So I could put myself in a position where the Delver couldn't beat the Khan. So we could at least get some sort of value out of it. But yeah, I think opponent having Wasteland in hand and a Braid not going at the Sorcerer's Spyglass just kind of showed how good of a position they felt they were in. Not having to use Wasteland against Cloudpost is yeah, kind of speaks for itself. Alright. Hopefully pull back here. Baku 91. Yeah, sequencing is pretty huge. Especially with Khan and knowing when to tick up and when. Also, Khan decks, Chalice decks are typically going to be better on the play. Hey Yarden, thanks for the follow. Let me know where you're from. If you play Legacy, what you play in Legacy. Yeah, I don't mind this hand. Pretty happy to keep this. Tomb into Eye for either... Probably Tomb first. Delta. Chalice. No. I do want a Tomb because it opens up our lines. I was going to say Tomb because it means we could also Khan next turn if we do draw into another Soul Land. You're from Canada, like my blue-white blade. Very cool. Bayou. Raven's Crime. Probably just second Khan here. Opponent most likely brainstorming in response. No. Maybe Fatal Push? Okay. It's definitely going to be Loam, especially with Raven's Crime in the bin. This is fine. All is dust. Okay. Cloud Post pass. Flusterstorm, thankfully not doing too much here. Misty. I'm going to assume either Leovold or Uro here. Probably more so Uro. Loam. Okay. That's really good. Waste. I actually like getting oh yeah, let's go down and get Tormod's Crypt here. That's pretty huge. Getting both Loam and Raven's Crime, that's a huge win. I think Sibo, a huge thank you. Some of the songs do get to me, but the majority of the playlist is nice. But yeah, Ravens is a beating if they can get it back. Uro. Okay. It's not too bad. Opponent attacks the Khan, that's fine. Tomb. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to play the Tomb. We're not playing Bajuka Bog, are we? I don't believe we are. 2, 4, 5. That's classic. Yeah, some of the songs, like, there's little bits that I'm just so used to hearing it. What do I want to get here? It could just be Caracas to return Uro. I don't mind that. It could be another Cloud Post as well. That's interesting. Yeah, I think it actually might be Cloud Post here. And then just tick up this. Yeah, nice. We can bounce Golos too as well, but I think here we might just be blocking Golos with the Plague Engineer. I needed the Ancient Tomb for the extra mana because we only had 4 mana. Ivugan doesn't make Golos cheaper. Did I miss something? I'm not going to block. Oh, I did have the Waste. Yeah, okay, that's true. I could have played the Waste instead. I can copy Cloud Post and then just hold up I, which is pretty strong. I could also go for Cascading Cataracts. Time to spin? I think it is time to spin. So it is 5 to make, and it costs 5 and 2. Okay. I have to choose each one? What? Really? Oh my gosh. Alright, here we go. Oh! Oh, is this... It better be cast. Is it cast? You may play them? Oh no. How do I... How do I actually do it? What's happening here? I've obviously messed something up. Ah, is it asking me to do it again? Yeah, that's why. There we go. Okay. Nice. Alright, what do I want to hit? I think it's probably just the Plague and 2 lands. Probably Plague, Underground Sea. Could actually be Trop. Ignore Plague? Yeah, maybe just go after their green sources. Oh, of course, Ulamog is indestructible, so Death Touch does not mean anything. Hey, PVDH, welcome. I hope you're well. I liked your set reviews of the new set. Golos is really cool. Big fan. You're just going to force it. That's fine. It did its work. Cast this. Most likely my opponent fetches here. Yeah, Spyglass 2 is... Yeah, that's very true. Abrupt Decay, Force Negation. Okay. I'm not too sure what else they play. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to name something like Jace the Mind Sculptor, or if it's just going after fetch lands. I'm going to assume that Jace is in the deck. Jace is just annoying, so I am going to name Jace. Also pretty happy to attack this turn. So we know about these 3 cards. All of which do nothing, thankfully, against Golos. Ooh, are we close to actually getting Emrakul? We can eye for 7. We have 9 currently with Cloud Post. See what we draw. Asset Monolith. Okay. One, two, three, four, 5. Cloud Post. Hey D5, welcome. I hope you're doing well. What do we hit? Oh, not the greatest. Warping Whale's interesting, but it does get hit by Force Negation. So we'll cast the Grim first. Which can be Abrupt Decay as well. Play the stage. And then we can create a 1/1. Okay. 2 mana. I am just going to copy a Cloud Post here. Yeah, and then I think next turn I just want to go for Eye. So I might even see if I want to trade the Plague Engineer with the Golos. Decay Spyglass. Okay. Interesting. Maybe they did draw Jace. So we currently have 12. I think just because I'm at such a low life total, I'm pretty happy to block here. It's interesting. Yeah. If I take this, it also means that I can't use both Ancient Tombs. I think because we have a second one as well, I'm happy to trade here, if it is viable. Decay is hot stuff, but we'll see what happens. Especially Decay, hold priority Decay. What is Jace? Oh, it might be Uro. That makes sense. Yeah, Golos for Glimmer Post is pretty nice. I don't mind that. Can also decay Uro. There is Emrakul. We were promised, so... Does it say how much it actually casts? No. Maybe when we get to main phase? No. Okay. I guess we can put 8 in the pool and then see. Little text in corner of graveyard, 6 types. Okay. We get the trigger, which is nice. Oh, it works? Okay, that's cool. Now let's play Golos off this mana. I think I will get... Probably just Cloud Post, just in case. Karakas is also interesting. I think it might just be Glimmer Post. Just to also make... It also turns on the Ancient Tombs as well, which is nice. Play a Waste. Play Basset Monolith. Ooh, activate Golos? Ooh, that's pretty interesting. Can I? I think I can. I can. Yeah. So good. One, two, three, 4, 5. Cons, yes. I don't mind code. Coding doesn't really do anything here. 3, 4, 5 mana. It might be Forsaken Monument. All right. I could have gotten a second thing thanks to the second Khan, but hopefully this is okay. Oh, they did have Jace. Interesting. Okay, they draw Ponder. Alright. I guess we Ponder... Oh, can we, like, cast the Jace... I should have played the second Khan. I definitely should have played the second Khan. I was like, cast Jace and then force it is cool, but then they still have the Uro. Yeah, maybe find result is good enough. Should have used an Underground Sea. Nothing. Any order shuffle. I can't force. There we go. I don't actually have to find anything here. And then we can go Fatal Push, Hold Priority, Abrupt Decay. There. and then just pass. I can't force the push. I guess I could, but I can't do it in their turn for free because it is only during their turn that I can do it for free. Jace is fine. Bounce is fine. I think we just tick down for Ballista here. Could also go for Lattice, but we know they have Abrupt Decay. Yeah, Lattice is actually pretty good as well. Their other card is Abrupt Decay, right? Yeah. They have Force, but they don't have another blue card. Yeah. Let's. Oh, I can also spin. So many options. I'm happy just to try to 6 and 6. Because with the Lattice Lock, my opponent can't do anything, so I just want to save time here. Because we are down 9 minutes, which is pretty huge. Come on. Cool. Cool. Nice. Ley lines are interesting here, but I'm not sure if there's anything that's actually better. The Raven's Crime Loam combo can be pretty rough, so I kind of want the ley lines just to stop that, because that's obviously pretty good. But I'm not too sure what I want to take out. I think it's probably the Warping Whales. Maybe like 4 ley lines, definitely. All this dust is still good. Walking Blister is still fine. Trinisphere is still okay. It could just be a land in like Thespian stage. I do want to keep the basic because of Ancient Assassin's Trophy. Yeah, they wastelanded us pretty good on turn 1. 1 All is Dust? Yeah, okay. I like this. Especially with time as well, it is nice to have a secondary win condition with Leyline. Alright. It's not a leyline hand, but it's pretty good. I think Sibo, all the best. Enjoy your Friday ahead. I think I will mulligan once because it is really reliant on these lands sticking around. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely keep this. I think I'm just gonna bottom 1 Chalice. I could bottom 1 leyline. I don't mind bottoming 1 leyline. Sanctuary is fine. Pretty classic when we have the tomb. Oh, it's a Glimmer Post as well. I thought it was a Cloud Post for 1 second. Thankfully not. Library's pretty good. Temple. I think I want to play Vesuva here, because then it turns on Golos the following turn, but we play Glimmer Post. I think I might just play the Eldrazi Temple out. I might even play a second Chalice on 1, so Abrupt Decay isn't just an out. They're gonna force that. Okay, that's fine. I paid 2 there. Okay. Probably have a nice 3-drop then. Nothing. Interesting. Spyglass. Okay. Could just be holding up Force Negation. No. Okay. Chase the Mind Sculptor. I'm not really in a position where I'm scared too much of Wasteland, so I'm pretty happy just to name Jace. Decay takes out the Chalice here, most likely. Sweet deck. I'm a huge fan of bug colors, so it's cool to see Pokimoki and a few others playing around with cards like Raven's Crime. Uro is fine. Just trying to draw cards here. There's Swamp. Trinisphere. I actually don't mind that. So let's go Glimmer Post into Trinisphere. Really good with this Brainstorm in hand. Force Pitch Brainstorm. Okay. They've used one force negation. We still have Helm in the sideboard for Khan. I wonder if they play Green Sun Zenith. I'm not sure if they do. We haven't seen one yet, of course. Thought that's pretty nice. Opponent has 5 mana up. Could just be Hardcast Force. Okay. Vesuva, copy, Ancient Tomb. Means that if we draw Eye of Ugin, then we can actually Eye next turn. Because the 2 mana from Temple can't be used for Eye of Ugin. Something that a lot of modern players figured out in Eldrazi Winter. We don't have Warping Whale either to draw into, so it's not like going to 1 changes too much. Leyline buying us so much time in this game. My opponent having a hand of like Loams and Uros Just goes to show that Leyline can really buy you a lot of time in decks that where it might not seem the greatest, but really slows down my opponent. Hero's fine. Maybe they have like Assassin's Trophy for the Leyline. Wilt. Okay. Chalice. Alright. Let's Chalice for 3. Hey Jerry. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a nice coffee. Nice. Chalice for 3 was a pretty good draw. Opponent does have 8 minutes on us. 9 minutes on us. So I do need to draw a threat. 2, 4, 7 mana, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 for a Eldrazi. Opponent goes to 3. Alright. Coffee is the reason I believe in magic. Every morning I grind up some magic beans and make a... Yeah, it definitely turns me into a functioning adult as well. Okay. Coffee is just the closest thing to happiness in liquid form. You didn't have a coffee today, Jack? I definitely had a few. Quite nice as well. It might be getting to a position where I just have to concede it like 5 minutes and just make sure that I can actually win this game in 5 minutes. Walking Ballista would be very cool. They loamed. Interesting. Tomb. I actually am just going to keep that in hand. Maybe not. I am going to play that out. Green tea's good. Green tea's good as a way to break it up as well. Couldn't find your card all day? Which card, Jack? Ice Latte's the best? Nice. Oh, your credit card? Gotcha. Okay. Stifle and Lily. Interesting. That I used to buy my coffee. I will return this in end step. Hey Loverboy, welcome. I think I am going to return this in end step. Put Loam in the bin, sure. Yeah. Post is going well. Got to draw some sort of removal, like something. We just aren't doing it. I'll take one more draw and then maybe concede to have 5 minutes in the next game. But it's so close. They go up to 9 next turn, but we have some good draws. We have all the mana in the world, which is nice. Yeah, we do have a few good draws. You finally have a job interview after months of unemployment. Very cool to hear. That's awesome. A huge congratulations. Hope it all goes well. I'm sure it will. Brainstorm. Okay. Could cut a land in Grim Monolith. My only thought is that if I am going to play a 5-minute game, I really want to up my chances of something like turn 1 Tomb, Grim Monolith, Trinisphere. But maybe that's just me as a very inexperienced player. Decay. What else, opponent? I could copy something else to stage, but I do like the 2 mana that I get from the tomb. 2, 4, 6. Also means if we draw Ulamog, we can just Ulamog and hold up Karakas for it, which is pretty strong. Pretty strong. Of course it's pretty strong. There's no need to say pretty strong. Come on now. Pond is okay. Probably a shuffle if they're pondering. Chose not to shuffle. Okay. Wasteland. Ooh. Okay. They have 4 cards left. I think it's one more draw, and then I'm pretty sure it's a concession because they have Wasteland Loam online and also Uro. We'll just take that one. I could have copied Karakas, 100%. I guess it doesn't really matter because of the Wasteland lock, but still, just best practice is definitely to do it. They're playing Heartless Act. Interesting. I've seen this before in Pokepile. Since my eternally, yeah, goes 5 turns. They probably just take out the land here. They didn't take that out. Okay. Ooh, okay. Only assume this is getting counted. Alright. Do I want to change anything with my board? I really want to try and play as aggressive as possibly, so I don't mind having the extra mana accelerants like Grim Monolith. Cut out all his dust, yeah. For the Helm? Okay. Walking Bliss is also interesting, but we do have one already. Ancient Tomb, Grim, Trinisphere. No. And a pretty bad hand as well, double Vesuva. Leyline Cloud Post, Chalice. Yikes. The 6 was actually pretty good. Yeah, huge greed. I think the clock got to me as well. Okay. Small win. Solar next would be huge. Oof. Okay. Closer. Uro really strong here. They could also pass with Force Negation up, but I think if they have Uro, that is Slam Uro. Oh, okay. Maybe they have Raven's Crime? No, they can't because of Chalice. Nice. Golos is interesting, but I think here it's just going to be Thought Knot. Alright. Golos is pretty cool. I'm not too sure what I want. Probably just another Cloud Post. Uro's in the bin. Pachuca Bog would be kind of cool in the 75, especially with Golos. But maybe that's too niche. I think Uro just makes this a little bit too hard. The Leyline hand would have been really nice. Would have definitely put up a bit more of a fight. Tomb, okay. I could have done Golos into Thought Knot. Yeah. I think this game's just a little bit too far gone, unfortunately. But yeah, we could have played Golos into Cloud, I guess, but I probably wanted to get a Caracas, so that doesn't allow us to play Thought Knot as well. Just tough. Sequencing's huge, but when the clock turns red, it definitely changes the game. Which it definitely shouldn't, but when you have the clock and then chat, it adds up. But yeah, very cool to know that is an option that you can, yeah, goal loss, get a Cloud Post, and then you get the extra 1 from that. 5, 6. Rough. Yeah, I can definitely understand with Storm how it would cut things down. On the play, which is nice. Urborg. No. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep this. I just want to bottom the All is Dust. Thanks, Kath. I very much appreciate it. Let's just go Cloud Post Pass. Because I don't want to play the Temple because we don't have, like, Thought Knot isn't really a live draw for the following turn, which is good. Verdant. Spyglass in the main, mainly to combat, what's it called? Elvish Mystic, that's pretty good. Khan's pretty nice. The question is, do I want to trade with the Elvish Mystic here? I think I want to try to play the Walking Blister as a 2/2. Bolt the Bird. It is very appealing. Khan is also a second Walking Blister. I'm going to assume this is Elves, and they're just playing Elvish Mystic as another 1-drop creature. But if I can take them off at least 1 mana, if they had Cradle, then obviously it's pretty nice to take them off the Mystic as well, because then Cradle doesn't tap for anything unless they play a creature first. Okay. There's Cradle. I think here it might just be Khan and hold up Thespian Stage, copy Cloud Post instead of playing Spyglass. Yeah, I think it is just copy Post. Deactivating Quirion is nice. Hey, welcome Dark Cloud. I do need more reps with the deck. It is cool to have some of the cards for it as well, so I can hopefully just start playing it a bit more, especially in my downtime, and just... Yeah, sequencing is pretty huge, of course. I am just going to copy Cloud Post and response in 6. Yeah, it's a sweet deck. It would be cool to even do a series and going through each color. Because Mono Green is pretty sweet, and it is a deck that I am building in paper, so it would be cool to get more with it. Thanks, dude. Enjoy your weekend. I hope you have a nice relaxing time. Yeah, Elves is another deck that's very, very much rewarding for sequencing. Yeah. Alright. Interesting. Forge is also pretty interesting here. But... I probably like just Khan. I sadly doesn't tap for mana. Yeah, maybe it is just down tick for Ballista. That in a way also turns off the Cradle. But I definitely feel like my opponent is just going to go for a natural at the next turn. Or a Dried Arbor at least in the end step. Ratchet Bomb's also interesting, but I think it just takes a little bit too long to set it up. Yeah, opponent does have a ton of mana to work with next turn. And Dried Up here is 2 mana, which is kind of nice. It could just be as simple as untapping, playing a creature, and then tapping Cradle for 4 for natural order, sacking that creature, and then attacking with lethal. Ah, Chasm's very cool. I never thought of Chasm. Nice. I probably want to keep the Blister in the board. There's not really much that I want to change here. Ratchet Bomb's pretty good in the main deck, perhaps. Bring in a lot of the hate. Okay, what do you cut, Jack? Cut a Titan? Yeah, Emrakul can definitely do it. Yeah, Trinisphere is pretty good, let's be honest. I don't mind dropping a Khan, especially if we're bringing targets in. Could just be a monument. I like this. Hopefully have a fast start. No. Okay. So turn 1 Chalice. Keep. Bottom the Vesuva, because the stage just does the same thing. Thought-Knot's probably the best draw, although Trinisphere would also be pretty nice. Opponent went to 6. Chalice definitely not the be-all end-all post-board. Yeah, Shepherd's a big one for Chalice. And also Abrupt Decay, I assume they bring in. At least the Forsaken Monument does help a little bit to regather some of the life we'd lose from the Ancient Tomb. Warping Whale, that's pretty sweet. I'm going to hold up stage and Warping Whale here. Warping Whale really nice against Allosaurus Shepherd. If they fetch for a Dryad, am I supposed to just Warping Whale it here? I feel like I am. I feel like that means they kept a Cradle hand. I actually don't mind this. Just to keep setting them back. We have Khan next turn, which is nice. I could save it for the Shepherd, but what do we have in the board for Shepherd? We still have... Okay, Cradle Pass is fine. Nice. Ballista's perfect. Now I probably want to play the Ballista out so that if they go like land Shepherd, they can't then cast another spell with the trigger on the stack. We can kill it. Liquid metal coating is also really good. Hey, Orange Shield. That's very cool to hear. You'll have to let me know how you go and what you play against and how you enjoy MTGO. Someone did before ask for MTGO stuff, and I apologize. I didn't get to your question. I feel like someone did a piece about the different interactions on MTGO and little tricks with the keyboard functions. If you guys have any thoughts on boarding for Game 3, let me know. I'm just going to go to the bathroom. Nice. Spyglass is interesting. I think it might just be the same. Yeah. Cloud Post into Glimmer Posts. Probably a little bit too slow. This is okay. Okay. We have a turn 2 Ballista which you can trade with something. Yeah. I guess there's some good draws as well. Turn 3 Golos into Blast Zone. That is pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Keep this. Opponent kept 7. Yeah, Basalt's pretty good with Walking Blister. Oh, Thoughtseize? Cool. Probably taking Ballista. Especially if I draw into like an Ancient Tomb. I wonder if Elves plays Collector Oof in the 75 as a Green Sun's target. I assume not. I assume that it's trying to rely on Thoughtseize and Abrupt Decays. Some. Okay. That's pretty nice. Cool. Summon main? Cool, okay. Why would pass? Okay. Temple. Vesuva, copy Cloud Post. I wonder if they're just trying to go like next turn Cradle into Natural Order for Progenitus. Which I mean, Khan just beats with Bridge. They kept a 7. They already played a land. That's interesting. Okay. I think we're still just going Golos into Blast Zone. Another Vesuva. Huh. Well, that also means we can Khan into the 2-mana card, Liquid Metal Coating. Golos into Eye is pretty good. Khan Ballista is also pretty up there. Khan Ballista shoot Dryad. A lot of options. We're definitely playing the Vesuva. I think that's just step 1. I also don't mind Golos into Post. And then next turn just Khan into Walking Ballista. Chat says I. Could just be another Dryad into like Cradle Natural Order. The less creatures they play, the more I think they just have like some sort of Cradle Natural Order line. Forest. Okay. Trophy? No. Just another land. Not even a Cradle. Interesting. Okay. Progenitus is fine. I think it is just Khan Bridge here. Get Thought-Knot-Seer first. That's interesting. So we can play Glimmer Post, and then these tap for 4 each. Uptick Blast Zone to 10. Yeah, I think it's Glimmer Post. Trigger go up to 22. whatnot. Oh, can I play? Can I play Forsaken Monument first? Maybe not. I think I can. No. Yeah, I can, because it adds an extra one. Yeah, nice. I can. Cool. Just had to double check. Thank you, chat. Nice. Crater Hoof. Alright, I'm gonna take that. Very cool. Yeah, I think it's a Ballista line that just wins, which is nice. Could potentially even Blast Zone away the Wildwoods, attack with both, and then Khan. They're fetching, which is interesting. Another natural order? Okay. Archon, maybe name Khan? Rexage. Okay. That's fine. Attack is fine. We're at 14. Spyglass. Alright. So these currently tap for 4, so they tap for 5. So 15, 16, 17 mana, so then we have 13 left over. Yeah, easy. Nice. Can't tick down. Go and get the last. Oh, we don't. I thought we had we can at least find Ballista with the eye, which is nice. Yeah, so I want to... That's fine. Yeah, we know about Wywood in hand, so we will name Wywood. And now we still have mana open for Eye, which is nice. Visionary's pretty good. Yeah, Eye for Walking Ballista end step is pretty much lethal. can also animate the bridge, which is cool. Druid's fine. This is fine. I will just eye in response. Nice. Passive monolith. All right. Nice to go at least 2-3. The deck was really fun. It had a few slow draws, but I still think the deck is pretty powerful, which is cool. Always nice to play a different deck, and obviously this is a little bit out of my ball game, but really enjoyed it, which is nice. It's not often that you get to play a colorless deck in any format outside of something like Affinity in Modern, if you used to be an Affinity player before some of the bannings, but yeah, really cool to play. Green Post is probably definitely on the list. It is a deck that I'm pretty close to finishing in paper outside of Tabernacle, which is really nice. But yeah, this was sweet. Obviously, there's a few cards in here that I assume are expensive in paper, but it doesn't seem like the most expensive deck to get into if you're wanting to get into Legacy, which is nice. I guess, you know, the Grim Monoliths are obviously quite expensive. I'm not too sure if Basith Monolith is expensive because it's a combo piece. But outside of the Grims, this deck is looking pretty cheap on, you know, in looking at other decks. But yeah, really fun. Seems like it has a lot of game against a few decks. Wasteland's a bit of an issue, but having the Spyglasses in the main deck and one in the sideboard's really nice. We didn't play against lands, which I assume is a pretty tough matchup. And even things like Death and Taxes can be a little bit rough with cards like Thalia. Skyclave Apparition seems pretty strong against this deck. Wasteland and Port seem very good as well. So that's another interesting one that would be cool to play against. But that is me for the night. Hope you all have a really nice weekend. I believe I'm playing some Ant on Sunday with a friend from Melbourne, which should be pretty fun. Ant's a deck that I do have in paper, which is cool. But that should be pretty cool. And then back to Maverick next week, which should be pretty fun. I do want to play some Punishing Maverick. I do have a donation deck list going up on my YouTube channel shortly, hopefully this weekend, which is pretty fun. So that should be pretty good. But yeah, a huge thank you to Kath and everyone else for helping me out in chat. It's always nice to have people who are known for the deck to actually, yeah, lend their advice to make sure that those without much experience can navigate their way through a match. Let me see who else is... I don't see anyone who's online. Does anyone have someone they want to raid? Because all of my followers are currently off. Granham, if you're going on now, I am more than happy to raid. But it's up to y'all. A huge thank you once again. If you want to find me on Twitter, you can find me here. If you want to find me on YouTube, you can find me here. Obviously at thegreensunzenith.com. You're live? Alright, there we go. We want lands. Awesome. A huge thank you once again. Enjoy your Fridays, enjoy your weekends, and I will hopefully see you Sunday. And that's it. Stay safe. Enjoy.
Dukes.